A live now look here at the U.S. Capitol and the biggest news of today. The House January 6th Select Committee referring former President Trump to the Department of Justice for criminal prosecution for his role in the January 6th Capitol riot. Joining us now live from Washington, Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera with the latest. Madeline, thanks so much for being with us tonight. You've been following this all day. You've been poring over the report. Your key takeaways.
Well, the biggest takeaway from this report, Andrew, is obviously the 4 criminal referrals that this committee made to the Department of Justice. So those 4 criminal referrals: obstruction of a federal proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the United States, making a false statement, and inciting an insurrection. But this report, 160 pages, is really an extensive account of what took place in the days leading up to January 6th and January 6th itself. It is very comprehensive, and it follows pretty much what the committee has laid out over the last 18 months since its formation, that former President Trump was at the center of this multi-part conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 election. And there have been so many discussions about this, especially about the former president's mindset. That's one of the things that the committee really wanted to focus on, especially as they try to establish what the former president's culpability was in all of this. And the committee argues that former President Trump knew exactly what he was doing, knew it was illegal, and proceeded to do so anyway. There were some other key takeaways besides, of course, the pressure campaign that the former president and some of his aides placed on state officials, the Department of Justice, and former Vice President Mike Pence. The report also covered allegations of witness intimidation, saying that lawyers paid for by groups connected to the former president encouraged some clients to provide misleading or false testimony to the committee. So essentially what the committee says this is a roadmap to justice for the Department of Justice. But it is important to note that just because the committee has laid this out, that does not mean that the DOJ is compelled to take any action. They, of course, like to position themselves, like to present themselves as being above politics, as being neutral. And they are obviously conducting their own separate investigation already. But what could be crucial here, Andrew, is the evidence that the committee lays out. The report does have some transcripts of the interviews and the depositions that they have conducted. And so perhaps the DOJ can look at those transcripts and perhaps use that, or perhaps not use it, as they build a case against the former president if they choose to do so. So those are the main takeaways from this report. Andrew.
All right, Fox's Madeline Rivera there live for us on Capitol Hill with the latest. Everyone has been following this story, and we await that final report on Wednesday as well, and the committee's business will be done headed into the new Congress. Madeline, thanks so much for your time. We'll talk again.